Hello everyone, welcome back to ERE Stitches YouTube channel. Welcome back to my returning subscribers. Those that are stopping by for the first time, I will say a very big thank you. Please don't leave without subscribing. Today in our tutorial, we are going to learn how to make this beautiful keyhole kaftan or bubu top. Let's go to cutting tape. Okay, this is the measurements, the fabrics we'll be using for this tutorial. So I've already folded it into 4 and I used my pin to stabilize it because this is the chiffon fabrics. So I folded it into 4 and the length of this the length of my measurement is what I have here is 37.5, but what I'm actually using is 35.5. So I added 2 inches for my folding in allowance. So now I'm going to get the width of my fabric. So the width of the fabrics I'm working with is 26 inches, including the folding in allowance. I also added 2 inches for folding in allowance. So this is my width now, 26 inches. So this is my width. I'm also going to get the width at the center here, 26 inches. This is my width here also. And also at the hemline, I'm also taking 26 inches at the hemline. That's here. So I'm going to connect it together. I'll connect the points together. Okay, I've connected the points together. So this is the fabrics I'm working with now. So I'm going to take my neck width. So the neck width I'm going to take here is 4 inches. I'm using 4 inches here. And I'm coming down, I'm cutting both the front and the back neck together. I'm coming down by 4.5 inches here. So 4 inches by 4.5 inches. That's what I'm taking. This is my 4 inches here. The fabric is a chiffon fabric, so you have to be very careful when you are working with chiffon fabric. So now I'm going to give it a round neck shape. I've connected it. Like I said, I'm cutting both the front and the back together. So now at this at this point now I'm going to come down by 2 inches. I'm coming down by 2 inches for my slope here. Then I'm going to connect it to my neck width. I'm connecting the 2 inches to my neck width now. Okay, now you can see I've connected it to my neck width here now. So now at this my hemline here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to input my hip measurement at this my hemline here now. So I'm going to, my hip measurement is 50. When I divide it by 4, it will give me 12.5 inches. So I'm at this point now, I'm going up with like 7 inches. I'm going up with 7 inches here. So what I'll do now is that from this my hip measurement here, I'll connect it to this 7 inches, or you can go with 8 inches or what. I'll connect it here. I'll just make a curve this way because I don't want it to be this pointed like this. You can also leave it pointed like this if you wish to, but me, I'm not leaving it like this. So I'm going to slant it now. So what I'll do now, from this point now, I'll just slant it to my hip measurement this way. The fabrics I'm working with, I'm trying to be very careful with it because is a chiffon fabric. So when I'm cutting now, I'm going to cut this way, then to my shoulder slope here. So I'm going to cut this out now. So I'm going to cut out my neckline, then to my shoulder slope, then to my hip here, there. Then I will now show you what it looks like. So this is it now. This is what I have now. So I'm going to sew now. First, I have to tape the neck with bias. I'll take the neck with bias. Then I will fold in, or you can even whip it, or you can use bias to tape it round. Whichever way you want it will go. Then you now join the shoulder. It's very easy to make. So that's what I'm going to do now. I will tape the neck. I will also fold the side this way. Then I will join the shoulder. Then after that, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get my, because I'm going to use a small belt on this. So what I will do is that I will get my half length, which is 16 inches. Then on that point, I measure my round waist circumference on it, divide by 4. Quarter of it is what I will measure here, plus 2 inches. So at that point, I will now use my buttonhole machine to create a buttonhole here where tiny belts can enter. Or you can decide to make it bold, but I want it to be very tiny. That's why I'm going to use buttonhole to create the opening here, so that my belt can pass through it. Okay, as you can see, I'm done whipping the sides. So now I want to shape. So you can see there is I've also put the opening, the key opening for, I whipped it also for the belt. I could not lay my hand on this particular clip. So what I'm going to do, and I want to use this paper to demonstrate to you what I did, how I got this my key opening. So this is the key opening. I said that I could not get the clip. I could not lay my hand on the clip. So what I did is this my fabric is folded into 4. I folded it into 4 this way. This is my, this place now is my center front here. So from this my center front, what I did is that, so from the center front, I got my half length. You can see 16 of 17 inches. This is my half length of 17 inches. So and I measured my round waist circumference of 40 inches divided by 4 will give me 10 inches. So what I did is that I got my 10 inches, which is here. I added extra 2 inches allowance. So from this 2 inches allowance, what I did is I measured this way 2 inches again. As in, this is my waist measurement now. I measured 2 inches here. From here, I measured another 2 inches. So in between these 2 inches, now what I did is that I got the middle of these 2 inches now, which is 1 inch point. So from here, I went up by 1 inch here, this way. I went down from that mid, I went down by 1 inch. So I now use it to make an oval shape. An oval shape. Remember, I'm just using this paper to give you demonstration. This is the mid. I went up by 1 inch, I went up by 1 inch. Here is 1 inch, here is 1 inch. So I made this oval shape and now use my scissors to cut it out. That's why I got this my keyhole opening. So from this shoulder, I remember I'm working with 12 inches now, no longer 10 inches. I added 2 inches to my round waist, and my bust is 42 inches. When I divide it by 4 inches, it will, before divided by 4, it will give me 10.5, and here I have 12 inches, so I have enough. So from this my 12 inches line, which is here now, I have to get my sleeve opening. The sleeve opening I'm using is 10 inches. So I'm using 10 inches. From this my 10 inches now, I have to sew it down. On the right side, I'll have to sew it down. I will stop at like 4 inches. I'll measure like 4 or 5 inches from here. I will stop at 5 inches. So I will just sew from here to here. I will also do same on this side. I'm sewing on the right side now. So this is the belt I'm using. Is unfold. I have 1.5 inches unfold. You make yourself cut your own according to your own choice. This I don't want it to be too wide, and you can see the way I slanted this edge, because I don't want it to be in block form. What I did is that from this opening side I came in by 1 inch, and I put my ruler out and cut it slant like this. So now I'm going to sew it on the wrong side. I'll put the two sides together and sew it on the wrong side. I will leave like 2 inches opening in between where I will turn it from. Then when I turn it, I will top stitch that opening. That's what I'm going to do to the belt now. The length of the belt is my round waist measurement, which is 40 inches. I added extra 20 inches. You can make your own as long as you want, but this extra 20 inches I added for mine is okay for me. Okay guys, this is the Keyhole boo-boo, the short boo-boo gown. So as you can see, I'm done with it. This is the finished work. So you can see the keyhole here, very well finished. See this one? You can decide to wear it without the rope or with the rope. With the rope, you can tie it this way, and it will also look beautiful. It will also look beautiful. So if you have not subscribed to my channel, please don't leave without subscribing. It means a lot to me. Subscribe to my channel and also share my videos. And don't forget to put on the notification bell so that if I post another video next time, you'll be notified about it. Thank you and God bless you. Bye bye.